Hello, everybody. It is your wonderful community manager. I just call myself wonderful. Nate here. I am joined just to the side of me by Ben Finkel. How's it going, Ben?
I'm doing quite well.
Awesome. So Ben is a member of the MTG Arena dev team. He's going to be here with me today so we can kind of walk through what the beta client looks like right now. Recognize this is like super early. This is like the very first look, the very first iteration of the beta client, right?
For the closed beta, yeah.
Cool. So what do you do here, Ben?
I make the cards work. So my team helps take Magic the Gathering cards in English and automatically translate them into rules.
Cool. And this is something I'm pretty sure that we're working on putting an article together about this at some point. But so you work on the rules engine itself behind the game?
Yep.
Awesome.
And I particularly focus on the parsing
Cool.
for reading the English words.
Yeah, which is super sweet. It's how the game. It's one of the big fundamental differences. Every time we've talked about kind of fundamental differences between how this is built and how like Magic Online is built, for example, like card parsing and rule parsing is one of the big things that kind of stands up as a thing that makes this unique.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm not going to waste any more of your guys' time. We've got about an hour here, and then after this hour, I got to skedaddle up to Ballard here in Seattle because there's a really cool Twitch tournament called Magic Apprentice or MTG Apprentices, I believe it's called, that they're running out of the card shop up there. And I'm going to go drop in and play some MTG Arena with some of the people that are up there. So that should be kind of cool. Make sure you stay tuned for all of our stuff. And then afterwards, I think we're going to actually kick it back over to hosting, twitch.tv/esports. But if not, go to twitch.tv/esports and check out the play that we've got going on there. But for now, you ready to dive on in and give people a little tour of this?
Sure, yeah.
All right, we're going to do a little tour of this, and then once we've gotten you guys kind of a look at what things look like right now, we're going to start playing some Magic with some very special decks. So, welcome, behold the beta client. She is beautiful. That is a wonderful dinosaur. Geschäft. Anyway, this is kind of what the first pass at everything looks like. I'm going to preface this with the same thing that I preface everything with, which is, welcome to the beta. Things are going to change. That's kind of what the whole purpose of this is. We've got a layout that we like right now, at least for getting people's hands on things, giving them a chance to try stuff out. But I mean, our goal is we're going to get people in. We're getting a lot of feedback, and elements, even basic elements such as how things look, are going to change. But let's start looking around. As you can see right here, we've got some tabs up top. First is a deck builder. This is kind of your first look at what the deck builder looks like for everything. I have a deck built right now that is built with my collection. It is a very bad deck because I do not have a lot of cards.
Oh, yeah?
And this again,
self-rebooter, so it can't be that bad.
I do. I've got a couple of those actually. Yeah. So, but basically, this is how the deck builder looks in its like literal 0.1 incarnation for the beta. It tells you how many cards you've got up here, and you can see the cards that are in the deck because it goes from blue to green. I believe that is exactly what it means. But things to keep out on the right hand side, and I'll show you guys this in a second. I'm actually going to go in and build the deck from scratch so you can see what it looks like. It does some sweet things. Like I actually called up some people who were chatting with us on Facebook and on Twitter about how they want a little help building a deck because they're new and don't know how many lands to put in. It does the work for you. You can turn it off if you want to, but for people who are brand new, it actually does a lot of the work on calculating that stuff for you.
Yep.
You can check out this awesome little stat bar up top. Tells you.
Which I use all the time.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Just keep some basic stats for your deck, how many lands you have, what your mana curve looks like, color breakdown, that kind of stuff. You can do real basic stuff as far as searching right now. If we just want to look up, pirates, check it out. All the pirates.
Search card text as well. So like if you look for Explore, it finds all the cards that have Explore in their text box. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh,
you don't have any?
Never lucky. All right. There's a whole bunch of filtering that you can do on this as well. Currently, it's set to do all of my own stuff. Let's pretend like we're lucky.
Yep. Did you get the?
Oh, but did I not do it?
Yeah, you have to hit the accept.
Accept.
Yeah.
There we go. My sad Sir Trez Canto that I don't currently own. Anyway, let's go back to normal. You can do filtering by colors, like quickly up here. Add your lands as you need to. You can scroll through this entire thing here. As you'll notice right here, there's a sweet little command to just suggest lands. So let's back out of this real fast.
Done.
And let's to go to a new deck. Let's start a brand new deck. Let's start. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna do what every reasonable Magic player does. I'm gonna go look at what rares and mythics I currently own. All right, so I got a couple of Jaces. That's kind of nice. That's one of the reasons I built the other deck. I could do the Fleet Swallower.
Ripjaw Raptor's quite nice.
I have a couple copies of Ripjaw Raptor, a couple copies of Burning Sun's Avatar, some single Carnage Titan, or Tyrant. I mean, Regisaur Alpha. Let's build ourselves a Naya. You'll notice as I started to put cards in here, it's giving me the projected mana base, 24 lands right now, that it wants me to add at some point, and we're gonna see how well it's gonna keep up on top of that stuff here as we start to add more and more dinosaurs to this deck. I suppose we should probably move off of this and actually just do the red and the green stuff that we're looking for.
You misread.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
All right, so 40 cards. This is the fastest I've ever built a deck. I am moving quickly.
Just search for a dinosaur.
Yeah, might as well. Let's just be honest now. All right, what are we looking at? 48 cards. We can do better than
Savage
this.
Stomp.
What? Where's
hate
the
that
Mrs.
card.
Stomp? There we go. All right. What do you guys think of the deck so far? Yeah, card pool right now is Ixalan. That's what we're testing right now.
Yep.
But we've had cards. I mean, we've had them on stream that go all the way back to Kaladesh, I think. Yeah. So, and in fact, the decks that we're going to play a little bit later on actually have cards all the way back to Kaladesh in them. So you get an opportunity to check those out. All right. Let's see. 7 cards left. Let's toss in a couple
Lightning Strikes.
Lightning Strikes. Exactly what I was going to look for. Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Got the little goblin.
Yay! And then another couple removal spells or
Monster
something like
Swords.
that. It might actually be Monster Swords. We'll go check here in a second. I'm just gonna pounce.
Cool.
All right. So here's our deck. Done. Sweet. Save changes. I will save and exit. Oh, you know what? I forgot to name my deck. Go up here and name it the Dino deck because I am incredibly original. You're all welcome. Don't steal my deck name. All right, so that's kind of the deck builder as it is right now. I didn't double check to make sure that it gave me the proper white lands, but I trust it. It's done a pretty good job.
And one thing is if you do like adjust it manually, it stops
Yep.
auto-suggesting, so you can really curate exactly how you want it.
Cool. So if you want to, this is the deck builder, but you can also just check the collection. It's basically the same thing, but missing the deck builder element. So you guys feel free to wander through here all you want. You'll notice we have a store tab. This store tab right here is pretty much placeholder at this
Very
point.
bare
Like none of this stuff is clickable with the exception of the packs, and the only reason this is here right now is so that we can test whether clicking on this thing right here actually gets you a pack for currency.
Yep.
Pay no attention to this number down here. It's not a real number.
But in the beta right now, you can earn gold and buy packs with it. So.
You can. This is how the pack opening works. I was kind of dumb and I had like 70 packs yesterday, and I just opened a whole bunch of them because I was greedy, and opening packs is fun. But let's do a little bit of opening some packs right now. You click, you'll notice it's not like a full 15 card booster right now. These are 8 card boosters with a single rare mythic that you get. The rest are commons and uncommons. You can move yourself through like here. You can open one at a time, open all of them. See if there's no. Oh, I need to add this to my pirate deck. I've actually only got one right now. And looks like right now there's, as we said earlier, only Exelon. So we're not going to be able to go looking through, find some other cards. Deep-Root Champion. I'm just going to open the rest of these cards because got a play set of Fleet Swallowers now. So
Sweet.
watch out.
Mill me out.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And I don't have any more packs. Oh, I do have more packs. Lucky me. Am I almost out of packs?
That's
Oh,
it.
out of packs. Looking to expand your collection? Head to the store. I will do that later. All right. You'll notice we got some quests. Again, super basic placeholders for some stuff. And here's just some ways for people to earn some additional coins that they can then use to help test some of this stuff for us during the course of play. And this is kind of these menus right here. You can click on the Magic the Gathering Arena, it takes you back out here. You can see that we've got placeholders for what will eventually be limited and constructed queues, I'd imagine, over here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, and we currently do sort of see your constructed rank. That changes for every game you play.
Oh, awesome. As you can tell, I have not won a single match yet. I'm very good at Magic the Gathering, so my current constructed rating is basically 0. There's a couple things up here for some currencies. Those are things that, other than the coins, there's nothing else in the game right now.
Right,
So we'll
gold
be
is the only one you can get.
checking some stuff. I know that there's a bunch of people who are asking about, crafting cards or anything like that. We haven't even started testing that stuff yet. As far
There's
as
testing
on the
for
closed
it,
beta.
but yeah, we haven't made any announcements about it yet.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. We've got the opportunities for you to check out your social channels down here. If you want to, this little box right here actually brings you over so that you can see what the message of the day is. This is what we're asking. You can see this is literally what we're asking people to do for the closed beta right now. Get in, open packs, build a deck, and battle people, complete your quests. Obviously give us feedback, because that's the whole point of all this stuff, is to collect that feedback from people. It's the reason we built all the forums. So this is kind of how things look right now. The play side of things, which we'll get to here in a minute, is pretty much the same as what you guys have seen so far. As you can see, this is kind of it is the beta. There's still a lot of things that are going to be added over time as we move through this. And the functionality as it is right now, it's enough to get people in, get people playing games of Magic, and get some of the basic loops of things that we want people to do: play some games, earn some things, get some things, play some games.
Yeah.
So.
And we're improving every day here at work. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty sweet. I am really interested in getting some of this other stuff online eventually. As you can see right here, like, you can play a match with constructed decks. I'm not going to click this button because we're actually going to play something slightly different than the all Ixalan constructed decks. Because while I admit that is a lot of fun, I've done a lot of that. I'm assuming you've done a lot of that too. So we're gonna kick it over and play some games with the finalist decks from Pro Tour Ixalan here in a little bit. So we'll have to have a little bit of fun with that. It's Blue White God Pharaoh's Gift versus Sultai Energy. If you guys mix that, it was Seth Manfield and Pascal Maynard's awesome match. Couldn't have asked for something cooler. I'm really bad with one of the decks and only slightly bad with the other one. So we'll see how that ends up going.
Haven't been doing too well so far with them. So.
All right. Let's see. You guys got any questions that you guys have got? People talking about playing the demo. You got some questions you've seen?
Yeah, I am not related to John Finkel. Yeah, I'm not his brother. I have a grandfather whose name is John Finkel, but that's
probably not the same person.
Yeah, probably not. He lives in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah.
I just came back from Ireland.
Oh, cool.
My fiance. Oh, I can't call her my fiance. I'm married now. I got married last Thursday, so she's
Congratulations.
Irish. Thank you. Yeah. All right, that's kind of our glance right here. There's nothing else really to show right now, but we're going to be doing these weekly streams, except for next week.
Yep.
I like to say this.
I think the week after as well.
I'm going to try to do one. It's the week.
Cool.
It's the week of Christmas, or the week of Christmas. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get it and do it. Next week we've got a big company, everybody meeting where we get everybody together, and it happens to coincide exactly with our streaming day, which is on Wednesday, so we're just not going to bother moving it around. But we will be getting to that, our regular schedule, once we get back from the holidays. And you guys will get to see every week new things that get added as things change. You guys are moving at a really fast clip down there for things getting changed. So it's going to be very cool. And those of you guys out who are part of the priority queue for the beta, or people who've already gotten your invite last Friday, I think it was, we're basically daily increasing the number of people that we have who have access to the game and who can get in. So our goal, if you're in the priority queue, we're going to get the vast majority of the people who are in the priority queue in before the end of December. And then we will absolutely, as I've been told, absolutely have everybody from the priority queue in by the end of January.
Sweet. I didn't know that.
Yeah, as you guys are getting your invites in for people who got their invite last Friday, not everybody's gotten their second install code yet. Part of that comes down to the fact that, like I said, we're basically daily increasing our capacity, and as that happens, we'll be letting more and more people in more waves. But you guys should have about 10 days. If you have gotten your first email, and after, I guess, Monday would be 10 days, you haven't gotten the second email with the download code, please make sure that you get in touch with our customer service team, because they'll want to double check and make sure that everything looks good. Let's see. I had to switch over real fast. Let's see. I'm gonna pay no attention to me. Pay attention to him. He's the guy who can do stuff and talk to you right now.
Oh yeah, I can talk about stuff. Okay. So yeah, one thing is that we're really hard at work on Rivals of Ixalan right now, and sort of we're trying to give as much or even more polish to that as we have for Ixalan, and it's been going at a really good clip, and we're going to be doing it by the street date, so people will be able to play with it on January 17th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm especially looking forward to. I think Rivals of Ixalan might be one of the few sets that I haven't played any games of before it releases. It's one of the cool things about working here is you get to play test a whole bunch of future stuff.
Yeah.
You did a future play test yesterday.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Don't tell people what it is.
Way
It's
far
bad,
away.
so.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready to go. So
Sure.
you
Let's
ready to
do
go?
it. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
We're in
So
the same matchup as before.
yeah. All right.
Alright.
So Ben is going to be playing the Sultai Energy deck. I'm going to play Pascal's God Pharaoh's Gift deck. I'm currently 1-0,
Yeah.
which is great.
I'm currently 0-1.
This deck is really hard,
less great.
and I'm not very good with it. I'm also not great with the Sultai deck. There's a reason that we are playing here in this building and not playing
not
on the Pro Tour. It's because we're not as good as they are. Let's see. You say Ben's much quieter. Ben's much quieter than Nate. That's actually part of that is because Ben is just quieter than I am.
I am a quiet person.
But
yeah.
I am a very, very loud person, which is...
I'll try to speak up.
I could just be... I'll try to equalize the sound. I can put on my NPR voice.
Seems fine.
Yeah.
Just,
All right. So I do not need people at home to tell me that this is a hand that I should not keep. So I will mulligan.
it's very tempting to look over at your screen.
I know. Don't cheat. No cheatsies. This hand is also not great. What do you guys think? Did we keep this hand? All right. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep this one. All right. I know he's playing energy.
I wish I had Twitch help. Chat is always
can
the best
ask
at playing
them.
the game. They can't see my hand though.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, kitten. I don't know what you to do. Top it is. All right. We're going to do Twitch plays Pro Tour decks for the next little bit. All right. My turn. I'm going to, you know what, screw this. We're just going to play fast. He'll never know what I've got. I'm stopping at every single possible stop when I have a single blue mana open. He's played this matchup before. It's all secrets. You'll never know. So people who notice little clock symbols, that's actually, I should probably resolve that. That's part of the contextual stuff that we've got. I think the clock symbol means that there's a triggered ability on the card, or just something, or either a triggered ability or there's just something you should pay attention for.
Yep.
So.
Actually, we've changed the icon too because it's.
Oh, nice.
We have had a lot of feedback on that one. It's very confusing, and so we're iterating on that to see, is there one that really communicates? This is something that does something. So, for example, you can see on the battlefield here, this has got this spiral.
Oh, that's nice. I noticed that earlier because I noticed that flying creatures had that now, even though they've got the. I didn't know whether it was another thing that meant flying. I hadn't seen another card that came into it with it. So, all right.
Kitty cat.
Meow.
Eek.
Is Ben John's brother? For those of you just joining, no, he's not. But hold on. Did you not attack?
I did not attack.
Sucker. All right, let's do this. I'll put this into play. Let's try to course. I would attack, but I kind of don't want. Oh man, we are
online?
winning this game incredibly well. Gosh, I'm gonna die before I actually get to do anything cool. Let's see.
So one thing I see here, yes, we are playing with Kaladesh
Whatever.
cards. Everything from Kaladesh forward is implemented, although Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan are the ones with the most polish right now.
Yeah. And that's again because it's
Oh my god.
the newer cards are the ones that are being put in front of the largest number of people, and therefore they're the ones that is most.
Magic.
You didn't
Why have you
attack?
forsaken me?
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Look what happened, everybody. Blessed. Blessed I am.
This game's gonna go great.
I don't have any, I don't have anything in my graveyard for it, but you know what? That's something we can fix. Wait a minute. So he's got hostage takers, and I don't have any benefit for that card. I'm still dumb. I should have played the Rivulet this turn. All right. I don't want to do it because I don't want it to get hostage taken. We're just going to end turn because I'm a bad player. This is the problem when you like take a hiatus from Standard and you're like a million years behind. You don't actually take the time to learn like matchups or cards or any of that stuff. So
Lands would be nice.
all right. I'm going to play that. I'm going to play this. And I am going to end my turn.
I think I'll push your minister
No.
before it starts going online.
That's very rude of you. How did you get him up onto the ship to push him off?
All right, well, there's a card, but it still doesn't get me there.
Yeah, that's fine. Are tapped cards someone demonstrating Magic who doesn't know Magic? Oh, I know Magic. I've been playing this game for 25 years. I just haven't gotten that much better at it over time. So
yeah, auto tap is on, which is a great feature. Sometimes it makes bad decisions yet. We're always working on improving the strategy that it uses and what sort of things it knows how to use. But if you don't like what it would tap for you, you can always mouse over the card to see what it will, what's promising it's going to tap. And if you don't like it, you can tap your lands beforehand.
all right, let's see. What did I get? Ooh, Godbrow's Gift and no creatures. Wait, no, I should have one creature, don't I? Yes, Minister of Evidence.
Oh yeah, oops.
All right, so here we go. Let's do this.
At least you won't be wanting to tap a 4/4 as much as.
Choose you, Pikachu. All right, attacks.
Do we have Magic playing AI for Arena? That is sadly not one of our priorities. We are making the best multiplayer game that we can that is authentic Magic. So, yep.
That said, we are recognizing that at some point, well, yeah, see, this is why we didn't do it earlier. I'm glad that I was at least slightly correct to do that, or not do that, I guess I should say, but whatever.
I don't have anything in the yard yet.
I mean, you also don't have 7 mana.
That's quite true.
All right, let's see. Okay. What do I want to do? Do I want to battle? I don't want to battle.
It's all testing done in multiplayer. Well, so there are ways we can, for example, test cards such that we script out what both players are doing exactly. But it's very hard to have something that will play a game of Magic. Let's go with the colorless here. Without you telling it exactly what to do.
Yeah. I saw someone ask earlier about the cards in your graveyard being visible in your hand. Yeah, that's something we're working with right now. Testing, you can see that there's a little symbol up here. It lets you know what's in your graveyard. It's just a way for you to more easily track. Cause it's people do this all the time with their graveyards, where you'll take your graveyard in tabletop play, maybe turn a card sideways, pull the cards you can have, play for your graveyard slightly off to the side or something like that, where you can use it as a reference point for the fact that you have something that you can do in your graveyard. It's a little harder to do in this, in a digital client, but this is a way for us to be able to kind of replicate that.
What did you get?
Very good question. Okay. Cool.
Cool. Oops, sorry.
No worries, no worries. Do I wish to put it in my graveyard? I will decline. I will transform. I will draw,
Blue ramp.
which is really important when you just put a 7-drop on top of your deck.
Oh, no.
All right, cool.
This game's going to go just like the last one.
All right, I have a cat. That's not good enough for me. I'm greedy. I'm aggressive. Let's get something big into play. Okay, well, I have another Sacred Cat. Pretty sure I got something else. All right, so God Pharaoh's Gift is now going to trigger. We've moved in. Oh, well, hello there.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there, friend. Hello there.
A 6/6 flying vigilance.
I choose
with
you.
haste and lifelink.
Yeah,
Seems like a
it's
reasonable
a
card.
perfectly reasonable Magic card. Oh man. We'd be able to turn symbols and effects off. I've covered most of this stuff in previous streams, but right now the answer is no. The idea, this is part of a design philosophy that Chris Clay has talked about a whole bunch, which is if you get to the point when you feel like things are so in your way that you'd want to turn it off, it means that we've done something incorrectly when designing it. And so rather than focusing on giving that toggle, because it is, I guess the best way to put it is you can always toggle certain things on one side, but you can't toggle them on the other side. Like, you have no control, for example, on animations, whether... All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I can math. I will block. Like, you can turn off animations for yourself, but if you turn off, you can't turn off animations for your opponent, so there's always going to be that bit of lag. So the idea is to make sure, or you would be able to if you could. So the goal is to just make it so that it's designed properly the first time around, so that you don't have to actually worry about that. Let's see. These cats are all in my graveyard. There's that nice little symbol up here. Don't tell him. He will be upset.
Actually, I can see them because they are public information that you have.
Yep. Oh, I didn't mean about that. I meant
sure.
don't tell him.
About
Don't tell
the
him
card in
about
your
this
hand.
card
That one
that I
right
just
there. Oh,
drew.
great.
That I'm
Yeah.
sure that you're really happy about.
The third time's the charm with the God Pharaoh's Gift, right?
Oh, my Lanta, that's admirable. That's admirable. Good old Nathan Zamora. Good man. I like your work. You're very good. Incredibly entertaining. Your beard is fantastic. All right, so let's see. Let's move to combat. We have 2 God Pharaoh's Gifts, which means I got 2 kittens coming back.
Get them.
I don't wanna. All right, let's do some attacking now. Fight, fight,
21
fight.
stats. All right, so let's see. What do we go with?
All right, people asking if you can still sign up for your beta? Yeah, you can. Go to playmtgarena.com. You can still sign up there. If you happen to have done something that qualifies you for the priority queue, you can actually still get signed up for that as well. We're still adding people in, but honestly, like at this point, new people are getting added to the end of that priority queue, which means you're probably looking at a January date to get in, which is still, I mean, gets you in ahead of the people who are not in the priority queue, we'll say that much. Yeah, you've done a thing.
Yeah.
But definitely still come in. Make sure that you get signed up. We definitely want more people in the closed beta as we possibly can. We're increasing the number of people every single day. It's very beneficial for us to have as many eyes on this as possible because the more people that are helping test, the better the game gets. So
44 life.
that's a completely reasonable number. I've actually seen this get up to triple digits. So I've actually seen how it works on the shield now. I'm going to see if I can make that happen again. So,
I don't think you'll reach it this game.
So why are some of the cards slightly arched on the battlefield? It's a good question. That is something that signifies tokens in this digital format so that you can tell that there's a difference between a token and an actual card because there are times when that actually matters. And this is one of those visible signifiers of that being the case. You see it. You used to see it in some of the other stuff that we've done when you looked at Direfleet Captain and the pirates that it makes, or Vraska and the pirates that she makes. You're almost to 7 mana. You're almost to God Pharaoh's Gift mana.
Yeah.
At which point life becomes interesting.
Well, I don't really have
I mean, you're
flying,
at 3 life also.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
wouldn't have really done so well.
All right. When will approximately testers be able to start streaming? Early next year. That's really all I can say right now. Mostly because one of the things we're trying to do, as you can see, the quality of what we were playing right now is really similar to the quality that we've seen so far. We actually have a pretty massive visual refresh of things coming in early next year. Dates obviously for those kinds of things, whenever it is ready, it will be deployed. And when that happens and things are looking super crisp and super nice, we're going to let everybody out in the world who's part of the beta start streaming from that point. So we're really looking forward to that because I'll be very honest with you. Like, I want most of my job right now is getting us prepared for that moment. There's a lot of work that we're doing internally to try to do our best to support streamers and content creators. I will block. Well, no, cancel. Move to blocks. All right, move to blocks.
This is my scooping up
Oh,
motion.
okay. Then I will help escalate this.
It's going to do it a lot.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to mill myself,
Oh, gosh.
and then we're going to click end turn. We're going to F6 and let you do whatever you want. Is there a deck size? Can you make them as big as possible in standard? I'm pretty sure you can make the deck bigger than 60, like all week, like even in testing right now if you wanted to.
Yeah,
that's a good question. I've actually tested that, but I'm, like we saw on our previous streams, like Chris Clay had gone and messed around with it and had built like decks that, like the physical representation of the deck on the screen is actually the size that your deck actually is. So for you get like these massive 200, 300 card decks, you just have this giant stack in front of you. It's really, really funny. All right, so you don't have a flare, right?
Come on in.
I will put you out of your misery. Oh, hold on, I have 3 God Pharaoh's gift triggers.
Now.
Interesting.
I donated one to you.
I will choose you with this one. Let's draw some. Yeah, let's do this. I'm sorry. I would normally just kill you, but this is. Oh no, not that one. Not one. Okay, so I can unselect it. All right, good. Get him out of here.
Resolve Eshwise.
Are you planning to add all expansions sometime? We are planning on taking what we have right now in, we're going to make it so that when the game launches, standard is available, and then we will move forward from that point. As far as moving back goes, that is not something we are considering at this point. But
of course, it does depend on how much you guys like Arena.
Exactly.
It's a big factor.
Who knows what the future may hold?
If we can get an army of people to come attack the giant history of Magic.
Yeah.
Then.
How will this affect Magic Online? So basically, like I said, this is going to be something that moves forward. There's still a whole bunch of stuff you can do on Magic Online with Eternal formats that we just can't do right now. There's also some basic differences in how the games actually end up working, where there's no trading in this. There is trading on Magic Online. So there's a lot of things that Magic Online can do that we aren't planning on doing for MTG Arena. So we're basically providing, there's some overlap in what the products do, and it'll give people an opportunity to kind of figure out which aspects they like, which aspects they don't of each of them, and people will go the direction that they ultimately want to go. But there's still, you will not be able to play Vintage on this right now. So that's kind of, like Vintage, Legacy, Modern. Modern's one of the most popular formats on Magic Online, so that kind of stuff. And that is looking at it right now. Which do you want to play the same decks and switch it up?
I'd like to swap.
You'd like to swap? All right, okay. Then we're going to swap decks. I'll let you guys. You guys can stay with me and watch me pilot this Sultai Energy deck poorly.
It's a tricky matchup.
Piloted by my man Seth Manfield. This is something. So I used to be on the coverage team for Magic. Did Grand Prix, Pro Tours, all this stuff for close to a decade or whatever. And Grand Prix Daytona Beach, like 2009 or something like that. I'm watching Seth Manfield play, and I'm like, this kid is good. He's really good, and kept touting him to all the other coverage guys, letting them know that, like, I'm pretty sure that he's like the real deal. And sure enough, the man goes off and wins the World Championship last year. Just won his Pro Tour with this deck. So obviously, history is on my side. I know that we don't have sideboards right now, which you might have noticed earlier. I'm actually going to keep this in. This is technically best of one, no sideboards right now, but something that I could have showed you when we looked at the queues earlier is there are going to be 2 queues. We've got one, the plan is to build into having a queue where there is best of one, but we also want people to be able to experience the best of 3, 60 card decks, 15 card sideboard kind of stuff. Oh man, this hand is so good. All right, end of turn.
It's not that good. You don't have a 1-drop, clearly.
Let's see. Monetization model known, all that stuff. It is not something that we have yet. No, the basic economy stuff is still in internal testing, so it's not even something that is part of the closed beta portion, but that's one of the features, it's a suite of features to be perfectly honest, that's going to be rolled out during the portion of the closed beta, so we can fiddle with both how players are able to get cards, fiddle with how much in-game currency things will cost, that kind of stuff, where Let's see. Sorry, I just want to play this real fast before I get back to answering. But yeah, so that is that's stuff that will come at a later date, and we'll make sure that obviously, since that stuff is important, and for people who are Magic Online players and are gonna be interested in some of this stuff, you can bet we're gonna have some pretty big announcements when we start to roll out this stuff, so that everybody can have all the information that they need. Let's see. Let's draw some cards, get some energy, move to combat.
Attack.
All right.
Tapped out, so
By all means, do whatever you want.
let's try this out.
All right. Yeah, that is fine.
Trades.
I'm fine making this trade, I think. I don't know enough to be able to say that I am. So, yep. Anyway, when are non-priority access people allowed into the beta? I promise this isn't just a cheeky response, but once the priority access queue is empty. Basically, we're going to go through everybody in that queue, and then once that's done, we'll start letting people in from the beginning of the non-priority queue. So that's the one queue that, from the inception, has been kind of a first-come, first-served kind of thing, I believe. I don't think it's random. I'll be honest, I'm not the one doing the inviting, so I'm not 100% positive about that part. I am 100% positive that the non-priority stuff comes in after the priority stuff's empty.
So when it asks for energy is, if you look over in your names whenever he gets energy, it'll live.
You know what? I will show you that here in just 1 second. Let's do this, and then this, and you'll notice, bam, it zaps off of him and goes and hangs out right over here. I'm not going to attack. Let's see. System requirements. So for anybody who's got basic general questions about stuff, you can go to playmtgarena.com. There's an FAQ there that's got all of the information you need. You got a lot of islands. This is not how I would have played the deck.
A lot of islands. Yep.
playmtgarena.com, and there's an FAQ there that's got all the information, like system requirements. It's got some of the bigger questions about like what's going to be in the game during the beta, how the process works, how to get signed up, all that stuff. I highly recommend you go there, check that out. I do not want to go to combat yet. I would like to play this card, and I would like to play it. No, I would like to make that the correct one.
Uh-oh. How could this happen?
You got me, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, 3 attackers. All right. This is a really good question that you might be able to help answer. What challenges did you face building the software versus simulating the physical Magic card world, since it's got kind of a limitless potential for board states?
Sure. There are sort of aspects like how do you deal with infinite combos? How do you deal with having hundreds of tokens or thousands? And I think there's also sort of more subtle issues like how do you play a game with lands? Because it's really easy when you're playing a physical game of Magic to just turn your land sideways as you're playing the card. But it turns out clicking 3 things when I want to play this Champion of Wits is really, really frustrating. And that's where sort of the reason that we made the auto tap system came from. Oh my gosh.
We did
Yep.
We actually had on the aesthetics stream that we did with Clay, we went through, he showed us kind of what these crazy board states would actually look like.
Yeah. And we still get them a lot, especially if you play with Amonkhet stuff. There's a lot of token making.
Yeah. It's funny because that was one of the examples he gave us was from an actual live play test where there was just an Anointed Procession in play and a zillion tokens, like as Riley Knight likes to say, a squillion or million squillion tokens, I think. Yeah, there are things that Magic can do, because the whole point of all of this is to have a game that plays authentic Magic and feels like Magic. That said, there are always going to be things where you have to make concessions.
What is the funniest bug so far? I think one of my favorite stories, even though it wasn't actually a bug, it was us detecting a paper bug. Back when we were first implementing Ixalan, the Conqueror's Galleon, the vehicle that transforms into a land, used to not say that it exiled itself before transforming. It used to just say that it transforms at the end of combat. And so you would attack with your Conqueror's Galleon. At the end of combat, it would flip over and go into your graveyard, because it was still a creature with 0 power and 0 toughness by the rules of Magic. So that's why that card now says exile it and return it to the battlefield transformed.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're gonna pump this guy twice.
I mean, there's all kinds of fun issues that come with using the English in terms of, especially with words like it and other. It's kind of hard for the system to necessarily find out. What do I wish to put? Oh, right, that. Nope, I will keep it. Finally.
Someone asked if we'll have a tutorial for brand new players. I'm almost 100% positive. I believe that that's something that we are, like, at least a new player experience, something that can help guide players who are new to Magic through not only just the system, but like Magic itself.
Yep.
Something that's being worked on internally.
Both of those, yeah.
Yeah, because we do expect that there's going to be a number of people out there who've never played Magic before, and this will be one of their first forays in. All right.
Far too late, but it's finally here.
All right, whoops, left click, not right click. So you've got, okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, man.
And let's get ourselves an angel.
Okay. But yeah, we expect this to be kind of the intro point for at least some new players, and that's one of the things that is going to be very important, because Magic is a fairly deep game, and that means that there's a lot of stuff that I would not want to give a brand new Magic player who had never played before the 2 decks that we are playing right now to teach them about the rules of Magic. I do not like giving them to people my skill level and trying to get me to play them properly. So let's see. I will not block.
Yeah, actually, I sit right next to one of the people who's working on some of those new player experience things. Yeah.
Who's working on it?
Pete White.
Oh man, Pete was another
And
guy
Charlie
who was
Holland.
Pete's another guy who was working on the rules engine at one point, wasn't he? Also.
He is. He is.
He still is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, my turn. You are at 8, which is. I will decline to draw a card this turn. That was a fine draw. All right. So here's a learning experience for those of you at home. We've already done this before. I am dragging the card I want to play up. You'll notice that it has highlighted the lands that I want to play yellow, or the lands it wants to tap for this yellow. These are not the lands that I wanted to tap. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually
manually
do it myself. Yeah.
And as I said, it's one thing we're working on improving.
Don't do this.
Definitely, it's also sort of a hard problem in terms of, like, you have all these actions in your hand, and how does it know which one of those actions is the best one to prioritize? Right now, it's not looking at those actions at all, but it's not just as simple as, like, we want you to
I lied.
get the maximum number.
Man, this is why I shouldn't be playing this, because this is a hard turn. All right, let's see. What else do you have in your graveyard? You've got
more angels.
You have more angels?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, never mind. This turn's a lot easier than I thought it was. All right, get that. I choose you, hostage chew.
Hello.
All right. I would like.
While I'm down.
It is a gift. Cool. So Glint Sleeve, Siphoner. Take that energy. Move to combat.
So now you can get to be a 6/6. Okay.
I think I attack with this. And just this.
Just that.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Let's see.
toss one down here.
Yeah, it's funny because like the one. This is something we brought up. We've actually, through the demos that we did, we had a lot of conversations with people about general accessibility options. I think it was. I know Tim Willoughby, and it might have been Riley Knight also. One of the Pro Tours came up, and one of them was colorblind in a way that prevented them from being like right now we're using yellow and green as the two indicators.
Oh,
like
goodness.
green is available, yellow is selected.
Yep.
And he might have. I think he was yellow-green colorblind. And so I had to stand next to him and tell him during the course of things what was going on.
That one's off.
Yeah, exactly. But it's one of those things where, like, personally, I would not have thought about that if it weren't for that. I had somebody reach out to me the other day who said that they had an issue because they were vision impaired and wanted to know if the game was compatible with screen readers. Which, like, that is another very good question I don't have the answer to. But I know that bringing back these pieces of feedback, I've had an opportunity to present them. Like, it was nice because we had like at least one member of the dev team with us when this piece of like some of this feedback came in. So, boo. We did get the ability to bring that back, but these are the kind of some of the things that like would have gone right past me because
and maybe even a lot of us because it's just that's part of why we're putting it in front of so many people.
Yeah, and it is gross.
Yeah, well, it's what I need.
Oh man, let's see. Yeah, Tim is blue-green colorblind. I know that. I'm pretty sure Riley was yellow-green. We also had Brandon Burton come through. You guys might know Brandon either from watch him at the Pro Tour. He's Sandy Dog on Magic Online. Awesome dude. But like definitely brought up some additional, we brought up some additional accessibility issues there as well because range of motion being decreased means that things like dragging cards up to play them is something that could potentially be a little bit harder to do. And these are some of the things, again, it is great getting this feedback to give us an opportunity to try to fix some of these things. And that's just accessibility stuff. There's all sorts of other stuff that within the client we need people to take a look at and tell us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong.
Possibly pull this one out?
Oh yeah, I'm so dead. This is bad news for me. Yep.
Get more cards.
Yep. Oh, that's right on time. Right on time. Oh man, yeah, right on time. I believe I am dead on board. So yeah, I'm not. You were kind enough to not deprive me. I will not deprive you.
Oh, sweet.
By all means, please kill me.
It's first to.
That I missed lethal earlier. That wouldn't surprise me. I was trying to set up an opportunity for me to be able to walking ballista his face the last couple points of damage. That first life gain that he got was way too much.
Champion Blitz here. I suppose I should just go to combat.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Whoa, Eternalize!
F6.
I forgot that we had that cool animation.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I actually didn't know that either.
Let's get rid of an Angel of Invention. Yeah, it seems good.
How will the ban list work since you can't nerf cards like other games? My expectation, again, this is not something I know right now, but I would be willing to bet like our ban list for standard on Magic MTG Arena is going to follow the ban list for tabletop play. So if a card gets banned in one, it'll get banned in the other. Hopefully that won't be the case in the future. We won't need to.
Everything is perfect. Bam.
Oh, that's right. Yep, look at that, just right in the... Right. That was good.
I like how Razka's the good, you win, and Legion of Dusk ship is the lose.
All right.
Hit by vampires.
Oh yeah, let's play the same matchup.
Okay.
All right, let's play the same matchup because this is also like not exactly a fair representation of how these decks end up playing against each other, considering we don't have access to sideboards. I'm pretty sure the sideboard for this deck has got some pretty decent options against the blue-white God Pharaoh's Gift deck, but it is what it is. So let's see. Looks like we got about 10 more minutes. Enough time for us to jam through another quick game before we
Yep.
pass people off and get out of here.
Else here, actually.
Oh, this app randomly ended up against another person.
Yeah.
Well, concede. That person can win. Let's try this again. I don't want to play against you. I want to play against Ben. All right, let's see how this works out.
Will we find each other?
Let's see.
In this giant player pool of our secret servers.
It's funny. So why did you design Hostage Taker to put the exiled card in your hand, not under the Hostage Taker? It's one of the things, as we were play testing a little bit beforehand, it was something that Ben took a note of, because on my screen they were underneath my Hostage Takers, but on his screen they weren't. They were just hanging out in the exiled zone.
The idea is like it's somewhat weird if you want to depict a card in two places, because we want it to be near your hand because it's something that you can sort of cast. Actually, you can definitely cast it with a Hostage Taker. But we also want it to be such that you can tell which hostage taker is hostage taking which card. So maybe it's one of those places where we should actually depict it in both, or when you mouse over the card, it highlights the hostage taker. So I'm going to bring it up when I go back downstairs.
That's a beautiful part. We're doing our part for play testing. Yeah. We found a bug earlier too. So, but
nothing is wrong.
Someone asked if we had a Drake Haven deck to show. Not on this right now. If you guys watched the World Magic Cup last weekend, Piotr Glogowski, Canister, for those of you guys out there who follow him on Magic Online, it was the deck that he was playing, I believe, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I would absolutely love to try that at some point, but not something we've got built right now. We might look at building that for a future one, depending on how we want to do. Like, I know that later on, once we get more people in, more cards built, we're going to just try to actually queue up and play against people in the beta. But for this one right here, we're just doing these Pro Tour decks. We might look at doing some additional standard decks in the future, give people an opportunity to see how some of these cards they're really interested in work. And that could be something fun to do on social. Let's actually, put up a poll. Let's give you guys a couple options for decks and see which ones you want us to play. Can't guarantee that it'll be a fair matchup. That's one of the downsides, but I assume if we're going to pick two reasonable standard decks, they're probably going to have at least a not terrible matchup against one another. But let's see. I am going to...
Are there any unexpected difficulties from implementing the rules? Well, it turns out Magic's a really, really complicated game. Let's see. What have I been running into recently that's issue? Replacement effects are always a fun puzzle to try to get working as we want them to.
In all fairness, replacement effects are not things that are particularly easy for most people to parse in tabletop play.
I was trying to think, because I've been working so much on Ricks, and sets after that, I need to try to get myself back in the mind of when I was working on Ixalan. Ooh, do I want to eat your guy? Yeah. Oh wait, do you maybe have an secret answer to that? Fine, come on in.
I have one on the board.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It's not
very
secret, is it?
I give you an easy out, yeah. Oh, man.
Smell myself a bit.
On tapped lands, maybe the lower tough tap symbol should go away. It's actually an interesting point, because that is one of those things. Ooh, and turn 2, I see. There's a bunch of little things that add up to a pretty clear indicator once you're actually in the game and playing what stuff is tapped and what stuff isn't. And so it could be an interesting thing. This is something we talked with Chris Clay about in some of the aesthetic stream that we did, is the combination of the slight tilting, the difference in the shading, and the tap symbol is something that, like, once you've gotten used to it, and does not take long to get used to it, your brain just clicks in this is tapped. And I think the lower tap symbol down here, that's another thing we could, if we removed it on those cards, that would be something that is another yet small visual cue that lets you know that a card is tapped. Interesting point. Is it not full tap for space reasons? That is one of the many reasons. I highly advise you go take a look on our past broadcasts on Twitch, on our YouTube page. I think we even have a link to it on our Facebook page. The aesthetics stream that we did with Chris Clay and I, where he gives you, we spent literally 45 minutes out of that hour talking about why cards tap the way that they do.
That was a cool stream.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
You get to see all kinds of historical footage of weird tries we had to make tapping look in different ways. Yeah. Another one. Yikes. We're still hiring for an engine programmer. Currently the position is not open, but there will be one soon, so please, please apply. We really do want more people.
Elephant Puddles, Nate, I will do your chores for a week if you can get me in tomorrow. All right, well, first, I can't get you in tomorrow, sadly. Second of all, I have a roommate to do all of my chores. Hopefully he's not watching right now. Ixalan only for the sake of competitive diversity, and that's part of it. The other thing is, again, we're testing the most recent set of cards. They're the ones that it's the most important to have working perfectly right now, and it's going to be especially true with Rivals of Ixalan as we start to, we're going to get draft in at some point, and it's important that if we're doing draft that it is the highest amount of potential fidelity. So
All right.
modern stuff gets the front priority. Let's see.
On carts.
Do we have any need for data scientists? Go check the
Yeah.
jobs page.
Yep, our
actually.
jobs page, yeah.
I don't think so, but I don't know. They work like 2 segments of the building down from where our spot is. The area that the community lives in right now, we refer to it as Party Valley. There's a whiteboard up there that says it, so you know it's
There
true.
we go.
It's less party right now because I'm not up there, but it's okay. You guys are great. I know that they're watching this stream because they need to make sure that I know what's going on with all of you guys in the Twitch chat for the moments I'm not actually watching you. So all of my coworkers are awesome and cool, and I love you guys. Thank you for being awesome. Let's see. Resolve. Yep.
Cool. And
Let's see. Is there a game timer somewhere? Not right now. There we had a couple of options for how we wanted to go through that, and I know that they tested a bunch of stuff, and there absolutely will be a game timer at some point. I just don't know if we're 100% set
probably
on what
be
it is.
mid-January is probably my expectation for that one.
Okay.
Maybe. Hard to tell. Why can you see random costs? You can see some of the Embalm and Eternalize cards in my hand. I'm not really sure why they're face down, but one thing that's also being reworked right now is sort of revealed cards, and those might also look different in the next time we play this game. See, right now you can see what these cards are in my hand. Oh gosh, you're killing my guys. It's extremely cruel.
I am not a nice man.
Yikes. Come on in. Really? No. All right. I'll bite the bait this time.
Okay, let's see.
These ministers have done their job.
What do I want to do? What is the right thing for me to do?
Twitch chat, what's the right thing for Nate to do? Is matchmaking done with skill level considerations? That's part of what the purpose of ladder is to help us figure out who should be matched up with each other. So the closer you are in ladder rank, the more likely you are to face off with somebody. Oh no, my ministers. Well, one last mill for old time's sake.
All right. Will there be scheduled tournaments within the client? That's something that KO talked about at some point. We're basically going to try to offer a whole suite of opportunities for people to play the different way that they want to play. So we'll be looking at, in addition to ladders, like kind of league queues, like scheduled tournaments, that kind of stuff. We'll be testing a whole bunch of options to see what people are interested in, but there isn't a set schedule of what's going to be available right yet. Let's see.
Go Gadget Godfar's Gift.
Yeah, Well, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. It's just,
Matter of time.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can resolve that.
Yeah, let's get an angel.
I'm sure you don't have anything good. Well, the good thing is we're really close to the end of when we're supposed to be streaming, and you're going to kill me real soon. So
Hopefully.
that's good news for me.
And to you.
Right on time. Oh, man. I am boned. You could do that. That doesn't do what I want it to do. That blows that up. You know what? You have one card in hand. This might work out well for me.
But look how many cards I have in my graveyard.
Can't argue with that. That's a truth statement that you made right there. All right, so let's do this.
Ah.
Let's do that.
Intriguing.
All right. Anyway.
Would sure be a pity. Oh, you have a combat?
Oh, I don't. No, that's not a thing I want to do. Thank you, though.
Sure would be a pity if something happened to that hostage taker.
Will there be a Russian language? Right now, English is... All right. Sure, man. You do you.
Actually, see a card as well.
Yeah, all right. I'm just going to concede. We gotta go. I was not winning that game.
It might be a slight imbalance in game
all
one
right,
for these
anyway.
things.
We're working on English right now. That said, we are going to be looking at other languages in the future. So it's a question of when English is the thing that we're best at testing right now, because that's what we speak primarily.
There's a localization squad
Yeah.
currently doing work on this stuff.
Cool. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun today. Hope you really enjoyed the stream. That early portion of it was dedicated to showing you guys what the current iteration of the closed beta looks like. The next time you see me will possibly be in 2 weeks, so see about that. I'm going to try. I do not be surprised if you show up for that and it looks slightly different than it did this time, because we are moving kind of quickly as far as getting iteration through things. If you have not yet signed up for the beta, do it now.
There's a website.
PlayMTGArena.com. Go there. Sign up. Do it now. I insist. It's on the screen right there. Oh, MTGArena.com.
Yeah.
Wow, we have a wonderful vanity URL now. So go there, please sign up. If you are eligible for the priority queue, sweet, we'll toss you in there. If you're not, don't worry, we'll still get you in at some point. And please also make sure if you guys if you are in the priority queue, keep an eye on that inbox. We're gonna have emails going out. Make sure that you join the conversation with us. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at MTG_Arena. If you are interacting with people there, you are likely interacting with either me or members of our wonderful customer support staff who are answering whatever questions people have right now. It's kind of a process. If I haven't been too attentive myself recently, I'm sorry. I've been out of the country for about a month with the World Magic Cup and getting married. Hey, we're back now. So do my best to make sure I get caught up on everything. It's been a blast hanging out with you, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I definitely had a good time, too. We'll get you back in the seat again at some point. We'll play Magic against each other
and you'll see me online, because I play it a lot.
Yes. So as you guys get into the beta, you'll notice the screen names we have here, those are actually our screen names. So if you end up playing against Price of Progress or Watsy_, it's Watsy_.
Just Watsy Ben Finkel.
Watsy Ben Finkel, beautiful. If you're playing against us, you're playing against Wizards people. If you'll notice that our names were Mythic Orange. That's one way that you can tell that we are Wizards employees. So feel free to, after you have smashed a Wizards employee's face, take to the forums. Let us know what you thought about the game. Let us know about what you thought about your opponent.
Try not to laugh at our face.
And that's it. Right now, we are going to be done. We're going to head off. Make sure that you switch over to twitch.tv/esports. Or what is it? Twitch esports? Twitch's esports channel. And check out the MTG Apprentices that's going on right now. It is going on just up the road. And by up the road, I mean about an hour and a half drive at this time of day away from me. And I've got to be there in 56 minutes. So for Ben Finkel here, this is Nate Price saying thank you for joining.
Thanks.
We'll see you guys next time.